Destiny Techniques. So I'm coming to you today on how my husband and I met. Normally that voice that you hear in the background, you will see that person today. So come here, Stephen.
Ooh, it's bright over here.
Yes, it is, darling. So would you like to start this off with how we met?
How we met? Well, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
So let's see. So that would have been like 2006. I was living in Corpus Christi, right? I was getting a divorce after 7 years of marriage. I like to call it parole. And so I was working for a company, and I used to work in Dallas, right? So I was calling back to my old office for some assistance on an account. And one of the ladies I used to know, I was asking her for some help on an account. Well, I was telling her that I was going through a divorce because I knew her pretty well. And apparently she knew you.
Correct.
And so she was your ex-sister-in-law, right?
That is correct.
All right. So I'm telling her about kind of what's going on with me and stuff. And I didn't know that she actually contacted you to let her know that I guess I was, single.
Okay. So let me back up a little bit. So there have been times where she would say to me, I was married to her brother, and it wasn't nothing, when she told me this, I didn't, say, hey, yeah, I wanted to be with him, sort of type of thing. But she was like, there's a guy at my job, and he would be perfect for you, but he's married, and I just wanted to let you know. So years before this, she would say there was a guy, and you guys would be perfect. So when she said this to me, I was like with question mark, why are you telling me this? So anyway, going forward.
Mm-hmm. And so, like I said, she, I told her, all of the stuff that was going on with me, and apparently she told you, and she gave you my number?
Well, this is what happened. So her and her best friend called me, several times on my job that day. I remember I was real busy, and I'm like, why are you guys calling me? But at the time I was with this guy, and it wasn't going very well, and I was about to kick him out of my home, and it just wasn't a good relationship. So when she told me this, I'm like, at this time I'm exhausted in the relationship that I was in, and then I wasn't looking for another relationship. So they called me time and time again, and I was like, okay, wait till I'm off and I'll call you back. So
I think it was, what was it, about like a week later or so, I think you called me?
Yes, because I came over to her house, and I was like, okay, she was like, okay, her name is Sonia. So she was like, call him. I got the number, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I just, because it had been a week and a half, I think. And so finally, I was like, okay, I'll give him a call. So I was like, hi, my name is Shaniqua, blah, blah, blah. And so as I remember, we stayed on the phone that day for what, two hours?
Yeah, I would say probably, a couple hours, easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it took some time. It was getting to know one another. It was, talking over the phone, and great conversations. We talked about everything under the sun. So then he was like, it was around my birthday, and I said to him, I was like, okay, I'm going to come, and I'll get on the bus, and, I'll come to you. And so.
Well, didn't you ask what I look like?
Oh, yes, I did. I asked him, I said, okay, so what do you look like? And he said, I'm 195 pounds, and I have red hair, and I have green eyes. And I was like, when he said red hair, I was like Opie?
And I was like, yeah, if Opie is a pimp.
You lame. So, okay. And so I was like, you know how Opie had that red hair, the guy who played on Fonzie.
Ron Howard, he's very
Yes,
famous.
and it was
Yeah.
his hair is like real red, and I'm thinking to myself, wow. Okay, so then he told me that, and I explained what I look like, and what did I say?
Well, I don't remember. You just said your name was Shaniqua, so I was like, we're good.
Well, I told you, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna, at that time I was like 160 or something, and I told him my height. And so, okay, so let's fast forward. I got on the bus, right? I got on the bus.
Right, because you were nervous about driving. Right?
Real nervous.
Because
I
she'd
was
never
real
been to
nervous.
San Antonio before.
Right. You was in Corpus at the time.
No, I was in. When we first started talking, I was in Corpus, but I went to work in San Antonio for the summer.
Oh yeah, that's right. So okay, so I packed my bags, got on the bus, was driving on the bus, and I remember this chick next to me, and I was like, this is my first time meeting him, and I'm like, I'm nervous. And she was like, do you know what he looked like? And I'm like, we're talking the whole way. And I'm like, well, I know he's got red hair, like Opie. And she was like, really? Red hair? Like, like bright red hair? I'm like, from what he was telling me, I don't know. So, okay. So we got there. And so the girl's still next to me. And I'm like, there he is. And she was like, girl, he's fine.
Okay, so hold on. So when in something like this, if a woman's going to drive across the state, right, to meet you, I mean, I was there early. I had some flowers, and your boy was kind of ripped, right? I was working out because I was newly divorced, right? So I was working out all the time. So I had the perfect red T-shirt, right, that would kind of show the guns and kind of had it all set off. So yeah, I was like waiting at the bus stop for early, probably like 30-40 minutes early. Flowers in hand. So.
Yeah, he did. So, so the girl next to me, she was like, girl, is that him? I was like, yeah, I think that was him. So I stood up, and when I was going towards the door to step down, this lady was like, I don't know who she was, another lady. She was like, oh, that's a good one. He has flowers in his hand. And oh my God, I stepped off the bus and I was like, was smitten. I was like, wow.
Your boy had it going on.
On and popping. So then I went down the stairs and he introduced him. I'm like, hi, he handed me those flowers. And I was so impressed. And so, because remind you, I told him that, if I was to come, I don't want to, if it was okay, I didn't want to sleep with him per se. It was my first time, and I didn't want to, seem easy. I didn't want to seem easy.
Oh, I thought you said your first time sleeping with somebody.
Baby, stop. I'm talking about with you because you're, I hadn't met you.
Oh,
yet. You know what I
okay.
mean? I didn't want to seem easy.
Right.
So, but anyway, so we got in the car and drove, and I thought he had a dimple. And all this red hair, the beard, everything. Now he has some gray hair.
I had like stubble back then. I don't think I had the full
Oh, no,
beard.
he didn't. He was like, yeah.
That right amount of stubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. That grungy look. Yeah, it was that grungy look. So anyway, so we got in the car. We drove to his, to his apartment. And, it was nice. He had everything nice and neat and clean. And so... then once I got there, I felt bad. I was like, you know what? I'm having this man. This is his apartment. I'm having him sleep, on the couch. So I said, you know what? As long as you sleep on the other side.
Well, did we do anything that first night? Like, what time did you get in that day? Was it in the afternoon?
Yeah, it was in the afternoon.
Did we go out to eat that night or something?
I don't think we did.
Oh,
I don't think we
okay.
did. So I said, you can sleep in the bed, but
And I was making up the couch. Like, I had the blankets and the pillow and everything.
Yeah, he did. But I felt bad. I felt like, okay, so you could sleep in your own bed. He slept on the other side, but he didn't. He was cuddling with me and all this other stuff. And the whole entire time I felt his ding dong.
it was like I was robbing a bank all night. Like it was a stick up. And that was completely unintentional, but it had been a while since I've been with anybody, so, I was kind of excited, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Excited. So then he, but we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. We woke up that morning and, what all the places that we went to?
Let's see. So we were in San Antonio, so we went to the Riverwalk. I mean, I don't remember what order we did. I know we went to the Riverwalk one day and walked around and we ate at like a Mexican restaurant and talked. And then I remember there was one night, because you were there for what, 3 or 4 days?
Yes.
And then there was one day we went to like a Chinese buffet. And I remember like the owner kept like following us around, like asking us how the food was and stuff, like the whole time, which was kind of weird. He's a super nice guy, but that was kind of weird.
So my thing is this, I ate so much that weekend. So if you're a woman and you're just meeting someone, you don't want to poop in the bathroom. Do you know I held that the whole time? My stomach was in pain. It was like pain shooting through my stomach. And, I was just didn't. And so there was times where I told him, is it okay if I get in your car and go around to the convenience store? He kept saying, oh, I'll go with you. And I'm like, no, but true enough. And I was like, that's okay. Cause he wanted to go with me. I needed some time to go to the bathroom and just have some time to myself. So remind you, I held that the whole entire weekend. Now, there's many a times where I think it was a day where he homemade cooked me lasagna. I've never had that done before. I mean, from scratch.
I didn't make the noodles, right? But I did, yes, do everything from
right. And then he had made me chicken spaghetti, and he was very polite, nice, had everything set for me, and he made the table for me, and everything was just perfect. It's one of those things where you've never had that before, so I was really smitten. I was intrigued, and I was like, oh my God, is this the one? When this is the one, and I felt like it in my heart that this was the one.
Oh, and we watched a movie one night too.
And we did. We watched a movie.
Wait, what movie was that?
I don't know what that movie was. I can't remember.
You know what movie that was.
I can't remember what that movie was.
You want me to give you a hint?
No, I don't need you to give.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Yeah, and I thought
Brokeback Mountain.
Okay, baby. Okay. So I at first I was like, okay, but I cried on the movie.
I heard it was a good movie, and I am not homophobic, so
Yeah. So, but anyway, we watched that movie, and then I think it was time for me to go home. Right?
Yeah. It's on what, Sunday or whatever?
Yeah, it was no, because you went to work and came home. Oh yeah. So finally when he went to work, then I was able to do my business. I was I was so happy he was, because I'm telling you, it's been like 4 or 5 days. You know what I mean? So that was a relief. I know that's TMI, but it was a huge relief. So, so the second night, so after the second night that I spent the night there, I think it would, I did.
Yeah, your boy didn't try to do nothing though. I was being a gentleman still.
But it happened.
It happened.
It happened, Captain.
It went down,
baby.
Oh.
So anyway, that is how we met. I wanted for you to meet the person who's behind the camera. And so hopefully you enjoy how we met. And once again, share this video, and thank you for all the subscribers and new subscribers, and bye-bye.